Hello lovely people, welcome back to Conversation with Cikoh, and in today's video I will be sharing with you my journey in online writing, and it's something that I've done for the past 3 to 4 years. Sometimes I do it as freelance, sometimes I do it full-time, and I'm doing this video because right now jobs are crazy and we need extra source of income. You're looking for flexibility and you enjoy writing and reading as well. So this video is going to really help you learn where to start, what else you can do with the skills that you end up learning, especially if you're new. If you're already writing, this is other avenues that I've explored in the writing space. You can learn one or two things, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and I would like you as my viewer, if you're interested in learning how to do online writing and research, to get started as well. Before we jump into today's video, let's do a fun quick check-in question, and it's just for reflecting and to get you to this video. So the question will be, what is the one side hustle or job that you've always wanted to do, like all time, from when you remember when we were being asked when you grow up what you want to be, and you'll say I want to be a doctor, you want to be a pilot or something, yeah? And how is it going? Are you there, or are you still trying to figure out how to go about it? So for me, the one thing, when I was young, I think for a job I've always wanted to, I wanted to be an air hostess. So I remember even when I was still in high school, all I would think about is, how do I get there? What do I need to do? And all these things. And then, of course, after campus, things changed. Then I think for me, I've always admired being an entrepreneur. And I think having parents who are entrepreneurs, or like my parents, like I've known them, I've never seen them like go to anyone's job. So I think, and the fact that they've been able to like raise us very well, I've believed in the success of having your own business and being able to manage your biashara as well. And that's why even I do a lot of training for entrepreneurs and anyone who's looking to start a business, or you're already doing a business and you just need to grow it. So I think entrepreneurship sparked me. And that's why for me, having my own business has always been something as a side hustle, just being my own boss, of which, yeah, it's harder than you think. You see people, out here flexible, traveling however they want. It's a lot of work to put into your own company, being accountable for yourself. If something doesn't work, it's you, everything is you. So it's beautiful, and it has its own ups and downs. So let me know yours in the comment section. It would be nice, maybe if it's something that you're looking for, maybe training on, or someone could have in the comment section will probably have experience in, they can show you one or two things. So comment below and let's get to it. So let me share with you how I got to online writing. After I finished campus, I was looking for a job, and I looked for jobs and it never came. So I started looking for how to get into online writing. I researched, I asked around, I was just getting links of sites where you sign up, and it's just over and over. I got tired, let it go, and forgot about it altogether. So after I went to employment, I worked for a couple of years. Then of course jobs come and end. I went into 2019. I already had Q, my son. And at that time, as a mom, you need to provide for your child. So I met this friend, her name is Carol, and she shared with me how she does writing, and I found it like, wow, finally I've met someone who's actually doing it and earning from it. So she sort of like introduced me to someone, an employer, let me call them, because they gave me the job to do, and then they will pay me. So how it worked for me, I started with academic writing, and as I get literally any sort of topics and subjects to write on. So there are different types of writing. that you can get into. So we have academic writing, which I started with. There's social media content writing, there's technical writing, you can write for websites and blog writing. There's literally a lot of stuff you can do. But my experience is I started with academic writing, and academic writing has different ways in terms of how you research. So I went, did all sort of, like I'm telling you, subjects. So I did literature. I hated literature, but remind myself on how to do literature, how to do, poetry, how to write. I think one of the major things that helped me successfully and to learn very fast was, as a USIU alumni, we at USIU rather, is our papers had to be well researched. So I had some basics, like it's not just copy pasting information I find on the internet. It's about looking at it, paraphrasing, writing it to make sense, having a specific format. If you knew there are different writing styles like APA, MLA, Cikoh, there are quite a number, and how you write from the beginning to the end, it's different, how you number. So all these things, yeah. So I found it a bit easy, but it was still not easy because of the limited time that you're given an assignment. And as a beginner, because you're not yet a profession, you're given time, and then someone else is going to review that work. So for example, when I started with like a 1-page, 2-page, then graduated to 3-page, but it will come depending on how the work is. And I'm super grateful, but I'm super grateful for Arnold, for my employer, for giving me the opportunity, because I got to experience something that I always wanted to. I think, yeah, that's how I started, and it's sort of like got me the next job, because I ended up writing a concept note, and that concept note somehow got an attention. And yeah, I got a job, and that's how I slowly moved from writing to now academic writing to now fully working for someone. And if you're looking to start, no, wait, this one I'm going to share later. So some of the challenges that of course come with writing, especially because of time difference. Most of the clients are outside the country, so time difference. So I ended up working a lot at night and sleeping during the day. I remember my son was he even 1? Yeah, he was around, like he had just turned 1. And as a mom, it's crazy nights. He's waking up at night, he's crying, he wants to be cuddled, and here I have work that I have to do. It was crazy, but I loved the challenge because I got to see the other side of me, where I'm able to just be me, manage, take care of a young one, and get the work done. And on time, because you're given like 3 hours to complete. So you have, your speed has to be top notch, yeah? But it was fun. I got to learn so many things. Imagine writing subjects, for example, on businesses, yeah? And you're writing from human resource to leadership. It's everything and anything, yeah? I remember there was this day, there was this assignment that I think I laughed. I remember it was a difficult one. It was about England and British something, not so clear, yeah. And I went to the internet and I couldn't find any information. Luckily, my dad loved to read so much, and guess what? He was reading a book about Queen Elizabeth. And I just shared with him, like, I'm looking for this, and he was like, I can tell you. He explained to me, I think we spoke for like an hour or so, and I actually used that information to write a 2-page document. And that day I was just crossing my fingers. I'm like, oh my God, let it not be returned, let it not be returned. Because there's that, yeah. So if a client is not satisfied with your work, then they get to return it. And of course, there are days where a client will not be satisfied and bring back, you have to redo it, back, you have to redo it. So those are some of the challenges. And of course, the beauty is payday. So you get to see, enjoy the money and the time that you've been working for. As a beginner, my advice would be, first, join the communities. And it's not even about writing only. Anything you want to do, check out communities, check out what other people are doing in regards to the same. So you're sort of doing your research to understand how the industry works. So with information about the industry, if there definitely you'll never miss communities online to join and to see what people are saying. Ask and you'll get recommendations. There are people that are out there that are willing to assist, that are willing to teach and train you. Check your social media from LinkedIn to Instagram. Browse and see what people are doing. There are a lot of people who are doing training and coaching for this type of jobs, even virtual assistant. Like there are people who've mastered the expertise and are willing to share, of course at a cost, to share with others so that they can succeed as well. So do your research. And then if you are thinking of buying an account, please be very careful with who you're interacting with. I've said this before and I repeat. We have con women and men out here, and because you sort of like you want to make money and they're promising it's already, you know, you'll be getting 10 to 20 jobs in a day, and you're already thinking, boom, this is, I'm going to get the money I've spent back in days. Think again. So be very careful. They're good, they work, but do your research. I would say maybe get a recommendation directly, and you'll get this from the community. So join, learn as much as you can before you start. Some of the skills you need, I've mentioned. Of course, you need to have reading and writing. You can't get into this if you're not a fan of reading and writing. That's, I will tell you for a fact. You have to enjoy it because it requires a lot of reading and writing. Number two, you have to be flexible, because these jobs, like I've said, they come late nights, and sometimes if a client returns it any time in the day, you need to be available to do it. You have to be adaptable. Adaptability here, I'm talking about being able to do anything. So when you're starting, you can't say, oh, I just want to do business topics. You have to be flexible, and then with time you can, you know, narrow down to a specific niche. Like I think for the past 1 year, I've gotten a lot of medical students, and I tell people that I am a nurse in theory because I've done so many. I've been theoretically in surgical rooms and operations and people. But yeah, so that's like I mentioned, it's the beauty of getting to learn a lot. So it's don't be, you know, like I'm good at literature, this is the only thing I want to do. Explore, and then with time, when you have specific clients, then you say, okay, I have 10 clients and then they want literature, then I would focus on literature. Or when you evolve and get to a point where you're doing content, yeah, because there are different types of content. So for example, if you start doing blogs, so you can choose and say, I'm going to do health, you know, health and fitness. So you look for clients who are in health and fitness, or family, and you know, you can decide at that point. But if you're beginning, just be flexible to try out a lot of things. The thing is, you have to be disciplined because of time. You're given limited time to do this work, so you have to be disciplined. Time management is key. Like if someone tells you they need the work at 6 a.m., that 6 a.m. that work must be gone. This is if you have an account, I think you will learn this. One, if you're not able to submit on time, your reviews goes down. If you've been employed by someone and you cannot submit on time, they'll not give you work because they cannot rely on you to deliver on time. Even if your work is super good, how it's not going to cut it for you. So make sure that you know, time management is key for you. And also communication, like communicate, I'm not available, I am available. I think that also worked for me a lot. I will tell my employer, like at that time, is because of having a young one, sometimes they're sick at night, sometimes I will just say, no, I'm not taking jobs today, you know, like be open to conversation. The other thing that I will say is sort of like a tip is join writing communities. If you're starting out, check out Facebook pages, like scan and see what people are saying. Like, I'm in a couple, there's academic writing, there's writing a club, all these communities there, and you just join. You can look through. I found this useful because people will post, even con people, like they will say, I did this work, it's not working. They share tools, yeah, new tools, new ways of doing things. WhatsApp as well, like we have communities in WhatsApp, and they share all these opportunities. You'll have trainers, you'll have people selling accounts. These communities will be like a number one place to start checking, because before you start doing anything, you have to do your research, not just getting into it. Even when you look at the list of accounts that I have to open one, see, okay, so what do they require? I jumped into, there's this account that is called, or rather not an account, a website, Writers Thrives, right? Yeah, here. And I was excited. I was looking forward to venturing into article writing. The website seems awesome, but the process is hectic. I think I'm not derailing you, by the way. You can try it out, but I just find some processes too long. I think that's part of work. There's nothing easy, like I've said. So for me, I've never gone past, I think, was it stage 4 or 5? I just give up. It's not like I fail, I just give up. I'm just like, this is too much. But yeah, I think it's one of the good platforms, especially in Kenya, if you want to try it out. And freelancer, there's a lot of bidding. There's a lot of people out here looking for jobs, and there's quite a number of people who already have the skills. So imagine the number of people you're competing with. That's why I will say, if you're starting, find someone who can employ you directly, and then move slowly to getting an account, because it can be frustrating. That's it for today. If you are looking for something very specific and I haven't mentioned in regards to online writing, mention or type it out in the comment section, and I'll be able to address it either directly to you, or I can do another video so that other people can learn. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share with someone who you think they can benefit as well, and watch my other videos. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See you next time.